Hello, Retroburn here. This is a guide on how to use the Nvidia's control panel to improve the graphics of your game, or on how to lower the graphics settings so you can improve performance. So this guide is useful for people um, who have either one, they have a very old PC that they want their games video settings to be lowered down, and two, for people who have powerful gaming rigs who want to improve their game's graphics. So why the need for this guide? Seeing that video games have in-game options that you can fiddle with. So this is my setting for my Dead Island video game. I've got resolution of 1600 by 900, and I've got lots of settings on high, but you can actually improve that further by using Nvidia's control panel and tweaking the game. So how to access the Nvidia control panel? It's very simple. You just right click on your desktop and go to Nvidia control panel, and then when you get there, it's loading, excuse me. What's happening with my voice? Oh, damn it. Anyway, um, go to manage 3D settings, and do not go to global settings, because if you fiddle with this, it's going to, as the title says, it's global settings. So whatever you set here is going to apply to all your video games, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for people with a very old PC or just mid-range ones. So go to program settings, and you can set things here. So the first thing to do is find your video game, and there are actually three ways to do that. It's either you go to add and then go go to browse, and then you could just search for your game, or you could actually run the game and then quit it, and then if you click on add, it's going to show here on your list of recently opened programs. So you could just click on that, and for example, for Dead Island, we're going to click on that and add selected program, and then it's going to show here. And the next thing is finding it manually by going here and then just untick this one, and then you can just search from this very long list of games. So it's not option I would recommend, because that's going to consume a lot of time. So anyway, so the reason for not using global settings is that some games do gobble up a lot of CPU resources. So if you set things here, if you set all these to the highest settings, that's going to be fine for a lot of your old games. But what about the new ones like Crisis 3, or fairly old games but ones that gobble a huge amount of resources like Metro 2033? That's going to cause a lot of problems. So we've got to tweak individually. And as you can see here, going here, I'm going to show you my settings for my very old games. So I've got X, Beyond the Frontier. This is the very first X game. This is the predecessor for the X, Terran Conflict, and the Albion Prelude. So as you can see, I've got very abusive settings. Like I've got anti-aliasing cranked up to all the way to 8x. I've got super sampling for my anti-aliasing transparency setting, and I've also got high quality enabled for texture filtering. But that's not going to cut the cake if I'm going to run Metro 2033, and I'm going to search for that now because I've uninstalled the game. So searching. So this is my Metro 2033 settings, and as you can see, it has a more conservative profile with only FXAA enabled. I've got single display performance mode enabled, and I left most of the settings alone with only this. I set this to quality, then turned off all texture filtering settings. That's going to improve my textures a bit while lowering down my performance a bit, but it's not going to take away a lot of CPU cycles or video card resources. So I'm going to explain the settings now, and let's go to, I've actually created this for this guide. So we've got 4 columns here. One that says parameter. So the parameters column contain the parameters in the Nvidia control panel, like ambient occlusion, as you can see here, anisotropic filtering, anti-aliasing, gamma correction, mode setting, FXAA, transparency, mixed GPU acceleration, and all that. So this is the column if you want to have high performance, this is what you're going to do, and with high quality, this is what you're going to do. And I've also put in notes for the individual entries. So you can just click on pause and just read through, because if I'm going to read all of this aloud, it's going to take a lot of time. I will also put this up on my website, so there's a link below. Click on this and you can see the screenshot there. So anyway, just for illustration purposes, I'm going to show you what I did. So with the thing with anti-aliasing FXAA is that it's going to smoothen out jaggies, but it's not going to consume a lot of resources. So that's why I turn this baby on always with most of my games. Thank you, Nvidia, for this. But the usual anti-aliasing mode, this one, is another story altogether. It's going to eat a lot of your video card's resources. So you can just set that according to your tastes. So this has been Retroburn, and you've just seen the various Nvidia settings that you can tweak to improve your PC's performance or your video games graphics. So please like this video if you like it, and subscribe. See you in the